Fire in the hole, let's cook some ribs. Let's cook some pig candy ribs. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome once again to my backyard. What I got going on here for you today is a couple of racks of baby back ribs. I got challenged by Meathead. If you don't know Meathead, go up in the iCard and check him out. He's doing some incredible things. He's an up-and-coming YouTube cook, and he just did some amazing stuff. He did this meat candy challenge where he made 4 racks of ribs in different ways with different rubs, and then he did this hot dog hamburger thing. You got to go check him out because he's really doing it. So anyway, this is a couple of racks of baby back ribs, and I'm going to make the meat candy sauce for them. But first we got to get them cooking, get them in the pit barrel. The pit barrel is the easiest way to make ribs, and what I'm doing here is I'm putting some Sang's stir-fry oil on. It's a brand new bottle, and it's usually hard to come out of the bottle when you first buy the bottle. Got no air in it. So yeah, we're going to rub it down with Sang's stir-fry oil. These are some meaty ribs right here. I've already trimmed a lot of stuff off them. Of course, I removed the membrane from the bone side of the ribs. Next thing I'm going to do is put some of this Voodoo Chef Black seasoning on there. This is an amazing seasoning. It's a local Florida guy who makes this. And we're just going to sprinkle this Voodoo Chef Black on there. This is going to give it some nice color to our ribs and a nice flavor. Of course, that Sang's is going to give it a nice flavor too. And to the guy who said I put too much rub on my ribs, you know what? You know what? You know what I'm saying. I put as much as I want on there. A lot of it's going to fall off when I hang these in the pit. But I like to put a good coating of rub on my ribs, on everything I make. I like to put a good coating of rub. It's just what I do. So anyway, yeah, we got them rubbed. We're going to hook them up and stick them in the pit barrel for 3 hours and let them smoke. I got some cherry wood in the pit barrel, smoking up the storm. And then we'll take them out and wrap them, and then we'll make this pig candy sauce. So stay tuned. The ribs are in the pit barrel. I've got some cherry wood making some light smoke. We're going to smoke those for 3 hours, then we'll wrap them, then we'll finish them off with the sauce I'm going to make. So stay tuned. My baby back ribs have been in the smoke for 3 hours. I got some good pullback on the bone. Now we're going to do it like the pro guys do it. We're going to drizzle on some honey and wrap them. Drizzle on some honey and some butter, some pats of butter here and there. You could use parquet for this. I'm just using regular unsalted butter. About 4 pats and some brown sugar. Sprinkle on some brown sugar. There you go. Brown sugar. Brown sugar. How come it tastes so good? I don't know. Nobody knows why brown sugar tastes so good, but it does. That's enough brown sugar. Don't take much. You got your honey, you got your butter, you got your brown sugar. Now we'll wrap that thing up and put it back in the pit barrel for 2 hours. Then we'll make that sauce, the pig candy sauce. So stay tuned. Let's make this pig candy barbecue sauce for our ribs. Start this out with some ketchup. And I got some new ketchup here. This is Hellmann's ketchup. About a cup of ketchup, by the way. If you're keeping score, I'll put a recipe in the description. But I want you to see this ketchup. It's made with honey and no high fructose corn syrup from Hellmann's, who used to make mayonnaise. Anyway, got some ketchup in there. Then we're going to go down with some molasses. Some of Grandma's molasses. You know that stuff's got to pour out slow. I'll try to make it go as fast. Yeah, about 1/4 of a cup of molasses. A couple of tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Let's call it 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in my pot. That's a pretty basic barbecue sauce right there. Get that cooked up. But we're going to sweeten this up. We're going to kick it up to a sweetness levels unknown, heretofore unknown. We're going to put about a tablespoon of brown sugar in there. About a knob of brown sugar. That's sweet. Get that cooked up in there. Get our brown sugar dissolved in there. Next we're going to throw in some honey. About a quarter cup of clover honey. Now you're talking sweet, but I ain't done. I'm not finished. This is a real basic barbecue sauce right now, except for the honey and the brown sugar. It's a very sweet sauce, very sweet glaze for our ribs. Now I've got some raspberry fruit spread. I'm going to put this whole can in there. Raspberry fruit spread. That's good stuff. That's going to give it a nice raspberry flavor, and also it's going to give the glaze a shininess because of the raspberry fruit stuff. Raspberry, the whole jar in there. It's a 9.5 ounce jar. 9.5 ounce jar. Raspberry fruit stuff. It's not really raspberry preserves. It's kind of, it's almost like, I don't know, it's real homogenized. But yeah, now we've got a real nice glaze going for our pork with the raspberry flavor and the sweetness of the honey and the barbecue sauce. It's barbecue sauce. So we'll get that mixed up and cooked down a little bit. And then as soon as our ribs are ready, we'll get them off the fire and glaze them up with this. Looking good. The raspberry, kind of see the beautiful color of that? Raspberry sweetness for a pig. Oh yeah, pig candy. Okay, stay tuned. My ribs are looking excellent. I got some good pullback on the bone. The final step's going to be to glaze them with some of this raspberry barbecue glaze. Wow. Oh man, is that cool. Oh boy, you talk about some pig candy. I got it going on here. Looking good. Raspberry barbecue glaze, baby. Nothing better. Slather that on there. We'll let that set up a little while. Then we'll go get a beer, and it'll be time to taste some ribs. So stay tuned. My ribs are done, and silhouetted by a mountain of steaming ribs is the Frosty Root Boy mug. And here's today's beer from the Heavy Seas Brewing Company, Alpha Effect. And what this is a hazy IPA. With a lightning strike of exotic hops, the Alpha Effect is a hazy and dank IPA, thundering with hop aroma. Let's find out. There's only one way to find out, right, Roll? Roll knows what's up. Does Roll even watch my videos anymore? I don't think so. Let's pour this out. The Alpha Effect, always a good beer from Heavy Seas Brewing Company. The beers usually have a nautical themed title, but not this one. This one's called the Alpha Effect. Hazy IPA. What's the ABV on that? You're not going to tell me? Baltimore, Maryland? And I can't find it, so I don't know. But, oh yeah, here it is. 7%. Not too bad. Not too shabby. 7%. Look at that steaming pile of ribs back there. Anyway, let's take a whiff of this. Ah, it smells great. The hops really smack you in the face. It's a hazy IPA, which means it's unfiltered. Beautiful color. I know it's going to taste of citrus and pine. Ready? Ready, Roll? Let's quaff the froth off it. Oh yeah. That's some good stuff right there. Heavy Seas Alpha Effect. That is a rockin' beer right there. Let me tell you what. You want to get a hold of that. The Alpha Effect Hazy IPA. That's some good stuff. Let's get a taste of these sticky sweet ribs. You know, I gotta tell you, the Pit Barrel does ribs like nobody's business. That thing is like a rib making machine. And these ribs are perfect. They're not falling off the bone, but I got good pullback on the bone, and I got a good smoke ring, and that raspberry barbecue sauce is looking pretty good. Let me get a taste of that in my mouth. Look, the perfect bite, see? Very tender. Not falling off the bone, but not too soft either. That's delicious. Let me tell you what, babies. The Pit Barrel is the best way to cook ribs. And this sticky sweet barbecue sauce is awesome. Anyway, that's my video. You know what I always say. If you like this crap, please subscribe. If you don't, go up and check out Meathead in the iCard. This is all his idea to make these extra sweet ribs. They're really good. Meathead, thank you. Thank you for tagging me. Thank you for watching. Come back next week. We may not cook anything good, but we will drink a beer. And this is an excellent beer. It's the Heavy Seas Alpha Effect. A hazy, juicy IPA, without a doubt. Okay, babies. See you next week. Bye.